you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, your mom has kind of a crazy scheme that she's got planned for this morning, right?
Um,
She wants to
I don't.
record my reaction to her new hairdo. So, she insisted on being hidden in the background right now until she can hop in, right? Okay,
Right.
so
I
we're
like it.
we're gonna do the normal. You like her hair?
Mhm.
Okay,
She
so
dyed it again, so.
I saw she sent me a picture with it all wrapped up in the plastic, and it looked really funny. So let's do our initial introductions, okay? I'm going to introduce myself. You can introduce yourself.
Okay.
This is the Periscoping Sisters podcast. My name is Debbie. I live in California, and this is my niece.
My name is Skylin, and I live in Georgia.
Right.
And
And you're my niece, and we normally do the podcast with my sister, who's a little bit crazy. For those of you who know us, she's the crazy one. Um, but we wanted to say thank you so much for joining us today. And Sky, you going to have your mom come in? First, before your mom comes in, how is school going?
good.
Is
Can
it?
I say hi to Nana and Papa?
Absolutely.
Hi, Nana. Hi, Papa.
Good for you. I'm going to get to see them today, and I think I'm going to try and pop in a little video of Nana on the podcast so you'll be able to see her, okay? Maybe she can say hi
Okay.
back to you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, listen, miss you, sweetheart.
I miss you too.
Love you.
Love you too.
Mwah.
All right. Mwah. All right, here, Mom.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so here I come. I'm going to show you my hair. I'm going to take the headset off so I don't ruin my hairdo until after you see it. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Okay, here I come.
Woo! Look at you, girl. Look at you. Oh my gosh, you got it chopped so short. It looks so cute, Aim.
Do you love it?
I do. Do you
I
like
love
it?
Yes, I love it. Okay, let me put on my air traffic controller contraption.
Is that going to give you a headache over time?
No,
You've got
I think it'll
couple
be
crazy
okay.
hairs, but that's okay. You're crazy. Doesn't matter.
It's supposed to, you know how long it took for me to get my hair looking like this? It's not as easy as just rolling out of the bed like people think.
I'm sure.
Okay, so I get readjusted. Are we good? I don't have to yell.
I think we're good.
So, get this.
What?
Oh my gosh, Debbie. We had so many nice compliments about our last podcast.
Yes.
We didn't even have one that said, no better, just as bad as the last. Nobody's ever said that before anyway. And people were like, Amy, your headset, how cute is that? You just look so dapper. And I said, oh yeah. And even one, I should have wrote down the name. Even one lady said, now the next thing I want to see is I want to see an uncensored podcast with Amy. Uncensored Amy. She really doesn't want to see that.
No, she better not.
She would not be able to have her children around. Not that there would be no cussing, but you never know what would come out of my mouth if it was uncensored.
That's right.
So did you have a good week?
I did. I had a really good week. Since the last time we talked, I got to spend some more time with the grocery girls, and I got to meet Lauren.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were in Vegas.
I was in Vegas until
Yeah.
Tuesday. And then when I got back, I went back to work on Wednesday through Friday. And it was nice to have a short week just to kind of ease back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good week. And it's been a good weekend so far.
That's good.
James is back at work, thank goodness. And he's
driving you crazy.
He's working
Tell
today.
The truth.
Well, it's not that he's driving me crazy. It's nice to have somebody home because he took care of a lot of things around the house and stuff.
That's good.
But it's just nice to get back into the normal routine of things. And tomorrow the kids go back to school, and so
oh my gosh, our kids have already had 3 weeks of school, but that's okay.
So our lives.
But this is actually early for them, isn't it, Debbie? This is like
it's a week
on their
early.
Normal, than they normally.
They usually go back after Labor Day, and this year they're going back the week before. So they'll actually have a full week of school. They'll have a long weekend, and then they'll come back right after that. And
so when will they get out in the summer? A week earlier? It's usually mid to late June when they usually get out, isn't it?
I think They may have moved the calendar so they get out maybe a week earlier too. Yeah.
Yeah, 180 days is 180 days, no matter how you break it up. But,
Yeah.
usually here in the South, kids start the first Friday of August, um, and then they get out usually the second week in May.
I
So
wonder why that is. Why is it?
I don't know. Because up north, I mean, I don't know if it's just exclusive in the South that it's weird because, you and I grew up and we went the day after Labor Day
Yeah.
or the Wednesday after Labor Day. And we went through the first couple weeks of June. That was just
Yeah.
our normal. But I don't know. I mean, we have such long summers and even the fall and the spring is still really hot. So I don't know. I mean, it's the dead of, I mean, it gets warm here. No lie. You could wear shorts here in Georgia probably by maybe beginning of April, depending on the weather.
Yeah.
And you could literally wear shorts all the way through till the beginning of November. I mean, it's warm,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really matter. So anyway, I've got one more week left. Ronnie and I are going back to the beach, just the two of us.
That'll be nice.
Yes, and we're going to North Myrtle Beach, and we're leaving on Saturday, and we'll come back on Wednesday. So this time, instead of leaving at 11 o'clock in the morning and sitting with all the other traffic for everybody checking in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which we did last time, we're going to leave early Saturday morning, and we're going to just take our chairs out and go to the beach when we get there, and we'll check in after 4, and it may be much later than that if we just decide to be a beach bum and lay there till the sun goes down. So
That'd be
anyway,
good.
we're gonna enjoy ourselves.
And you're there for
So
how long? Saturday through
till Wednesday.
Wednesday. That'll
Yep.
be nice. A good 5 days.
Yeah.
Cool.
It'll be nice. So I have not been doing the things that I said I would last week. I
Why?
said because there was a sock that jumped on my 9-inch circulars, and I don't know how it happened. It just happened, and then it was just like, it's almost like like when you open a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
That's why I don't buy bottles. I buy boxes of wine with a little spout. But if you open a bottle of wine, you say, I'm just not going to have a half a glass of wine. Well, the bottle's already open, and it's not going to get better as it stays open, even if you recork it. So you must drink the whole bottle. I'm sure that's what people do.
Yes.
That's why I don't buy bottles of wine. I buy boxes of wine, but even though you tap the box, doesn't mean you have to drink it all at one time. So when you start a pair of socks, you can't do anything but then to finish both of them.
Yes.
So
I don't know how, Amy, I don't know how people have 4 or 5 or 6 or more, like Sarah, pairs of socks on needles at the same time. I think
I don't
go crazy because I would want to be working on all of them at the same time. And it's funny because I was messaging with Dubai Mel, and I told her, I said, well, I can't get another set of needles because then I might want to have another pair of socks on the needles at the same time, and I don't think I could. I think it would stress me out because the socks. Oh,
Lord have mercy.
what happened?
Okay, good. I'm just readjusting. Is that better? I felt like it was looking up at me. I didn't want to be like Legacy Knits in that one podcast. I told Sue it was wonderful looking up her nose the whole time.
It's not
She
so
said,
much the
"Oh
angle,
my
but
God."
she was just like really close. She was like this the whole time.
No, but she was like this the whole time. It was so funny. I was laughing. I said, "Well, Sue, she doesn't care. She's good." Yeah, so I didn't knit one row on my random act of color, not one. I didn't even pick it out of the bag. However, I know, bad. Okay, but my Rhinebeck sweater, I was thinking I was on row 3, and I looked very carefully, and I did a row down and back because it says to end on a row 6 because then you start separating the front and the back. And then I started on the net, and when it says next row, I started, and the count was off.
Oh.
And I looked at it, and I was like, okay, I will have to fudge it and make an extra stitch so the count is back on. And maybe you won't see this real weird wiggle line in the back going across where I messed up right before the armpit holes. So then I got frustrated with that. I put that down. And then another pair of socks jumped on the needle. Oh my gosh. Well, see, okay, so this is what happened. Okay, so are we going to start talking about knitting? I'm assuming we are because we've already started.
Well, I just wanted to jump in and say thank you also to all of our viewers who so kindly responded to our last podcast.
I know that.
Best ever, and they put so many comments on the
Yeah,
channel.
yeah.
I almost feel like doing a little giveaway, going through writing down the list of all the people that commented on the YouTube channel.
Oh, that's a good
And doing a
idea.
giveaway for those of you who took the time to
Oh,
say, great job. I'm so
from our last podcast.
Yes, from our last
Yes.
podcast. And just do
Okay, well, let's do it.
Something, pick from those people. And I have a couple
You
of
know how many comments there are?
I don't know. We're probably, I'd say less than 20. So
Well, look on your phone. Well, hold on. You look on your phone. You know I like to do things off the cuff.
I know, but I don't know that I know how to do that so easily, so quickly.
Well, why not? Why can't you?
Oh my goodness, Amy, you're so demanding.
I said I was watching Jenny this morning. I was watching the Lone Larch Designs podcast.
I love her.
Because I had missed a couple in there. Oh my God, I love Jenny. She's talking about the tree. She is so passionate about the trees. So I was on the elliptical and watching her and was learning all about
I don't know how
the
to
fungus.
Get with my phone, Amy, and going on YouTube. I don't know how to find, like, how do you get to where the comments are? I'm on the actual.
Okay.
Can you get to the comments on your version?
I'm looking.
Mom and Dad are coming over today. I was telling Skylin, so she said hi to Nana, so I'm going to get Nana to say hi back to her. Nana's bringing down some socks that she made that she's very proud of. So I'm going to sit and we're going to record her and me together showing off her socks, and we'll put it at the end of the podcast. You can put a
little video. Oh, good. Okay, I've got it. Got it.
Okay,
yes.
So how many comments were there? And I'll get on random.org and we'll do it right now. Spur of the moment, people. We are so spur of the moment.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
She can count. She knows how to count.
Don't talk. I'll have to start over.
21, 22, 23. Such exciting podcast.
Oh, shoot. Well, then talk about something.
Talk about something. Okay. This is something.
40. How about behind you, your pretty socks from Sue?
Oh, that's a good idea. These aren't from Sue. This is the yarn.
Okay, 42.
Okay.
I'll have my secretary write it down. 42.
42. No, I'll do it right now. I've got random.org up there already.
Okay, now I've got to go back and find the right number one. Okay, go ahead.
1 through 42?
Continue on.
Okay.
Yes. I'm good. Yes.
I don't know if you can see. Oops. 1 through 42?
Yes, right. That's right.
Number 11. That's a lucky number. That's Luke's baseball number. 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, it's hold on, my secretary needs to get it.
Okay, write it down.
AMCCLELLAN. It's A. McKellen. A. McKellen 509.
Did you have them in order? You're sure they're in order of?
Can you see A. McKellen 509?
Yes. Much better sound.
Okay.
Yay.
Yes, that's right. That's what it said. Much better sound. Yay. Okay, so A. McKellen, McLeland. That's what it probably is. A. McLeland 509.
Get in touch with us.
If you dare even, send us a message, you may get a little mouse turd in the mail from Debbie. I mean, who knows? That's what we're going to get. No, it won't be a mouse turd. It'll be more exciting than a mouse turd.
It'll be something fun.
Okay, something fun. Great.
Okay.
All right, yay. Thank you for those comments. That was cool.
Yeah, so I thought that would be fun to do.
Okay, so what have you been working
We need to introduce ourselves again because Sky was on. You're Amy.
Okay.
You're Inked Indigo on Instagram, Indigo Amy on Ravelry. I am Debbie Reese on Ravelry, Debbie S. Reese on Instagram. And we have the Periscoping Sisters Periscoping Sisters group on Ravelry. Head on over there. We have a lot going on. We found Gabicorn. Gabicorn has moved on.
Today is Sunday,
August 28th.
August 28th, and this is Skein 14.
Yes.
Now that I'm completely exhausted listening to my introductions, you may continue.
Okay. Sorry. Gabicorn was a little bit MIA for a few weeks, but she's back on track. We have, if you search Traveling Fiber Unicorn on Instagram, you can see pictures of all of her travels. Right now she's with Deanna, Skeins in School podcast.
Yeah.
She also has an Etsy store called Swatch This Fiber Arts, and she took her daughter to college this weekend. And
you took your Alzheimer's pill this morning. It's working.
I know. I'm really bright.
I have not taken mine.
You better get going. Get some coffee or something.
So she got it, and she said she's going to send it back to you on Monday.
So Gabicorn's going to come back to me. We're going to I think I'm going to take a good picture of her, and we're going to send off and make some. Oh, it looks fine. Will you quit messing with it?
Okay, keep on. I'm just looking at my alfalfa sprouts. Okay. Yes, we're going to make some buttons for Rhineback.
We're going to make some buttons for Rhineback.
Yes.
Pins. I think they're called pins. You know those little pins people make.
Yeah. Buttons without holes that you don't use to sew on things.
It'll kind of be like we're at the Little League World Series and we'll trade pins. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So after Rhinebeck, and so we'll just keep her because I know Rhinebeck's still a good 6-7 weeks away, but or even 2 months away. But we don't want to risk sending her back out and then trying to get her back for Rhinebeck. Whoever's going to be at Rhinebeck, we will be there with Gabicorn. You can see her. You can add a yarn. You can write in her little notebook if you'd like. Take some pictures, and then once after Rhinebeck, we will send her back in the world. I'm not even sure who gets her after Deanna.
Carlene G. Made with Carlene G. I think she's next.
Okay.
Carlene.
Okay, yay. So I know there's several pages of signups, but we're going to just keep sending her to the next person, to the next person, the next person, and eventually, if you get something in the mail or someone posts you and you say, what is this all about? Because now I'm crippled and can't knit. Was this from 20 years ago? You say, oh, that's right. I did sign up for that 20 years ago. It won't take 20 years, but it might take a while.
Yeah. So, yeah. So that's all the administrative stuff. You want to get into what do you want to do first? Finished objects?
Well, we need to probably continue with administrative stuff about our very exciting Clue #1 coming out this Saturday.
I can't wait.
7 days.
I can't believe the number of people that have commented and posted on Instagram. And you opened a thread in the group, which is great.
Yes.
So if you're planning on joining us for the Mystery Knit Along, go over to the group. Yeah. Comment in there. Show us your yarns. We're so excited to see some of the yarns that people are choosing. Oh my gosh.
I want them. I want to knit it again.
I know. I might have to knit it again.
No, I won't, because I'm having a hard time knitting my second random act of color. So I better not bite off more than I can chew unless it's a sock. Okay. But if you, and I don't really even know, I didn't even put a link in the group. If you just go on Ravelry to patterns.
I put the link.
You did.
I put the link in the thread. You're welcome.
My secretary thanks you.
Yes.
Okay, so if you just want to search in the patterns 3 pips PIPS, it'll come right up.
Yeah.
So, and what you basically do is you hit the buy it now, and you get nothing.
No,
right now.
You get
just get a little information page.
Yeah.
I know, I'm only kidding. So when I update the pattern on next Saturday, September 3rd, then you will get an updated email that has Clue 1. And we'll do that 3 times in a row. Clue 1, Clue 2, Clue 3. And remember, if you would like to increase your chances of winning a prize with a 3 Pips Mystery Knit Along, you can go over to Lolo, take out, I'll talk about that in a minute. Grocery Girls.
Okay.
Grocery Girls in the Ravelry group is going to have a thread, as well as Legacy Knits. Chelsea and Sue are going to have a thread in their Ravelry group. And if you are using all 3 yarns from Lolo Did It Lauren, you may enter her giveaway, which will be in her Ravelry group. Lolo Did It.
Right. And I have to tell you,
so a lot of
when I was in Vegas with Tracy and Jody this past week, They were
Yeah.
trying to be so sneaky and ask me
So
all
fun.
kinds of questions. Well, is it? Well, is it this? Well, is it that? And I
You
have
said
to.
never mind.
No, I gave Jody and not Jody. Yeah, I gave Jody enough of the parameters about what it was like that I think she feels comfortable enough
Okay.
to jump in, and I think she might be knitting it with us. And I'm pretty sure Tracy's going to knit it with us too.
And and originally we did put out to the other groups. We described it a little bit more, and then as time got closer, Debbie and I were going to be like really sneaky and just call it an accessory. But since everybody watches the Grocery Girls, they will know that they kind of put it all out there, which is perfectly fine.
Yes.
We've decided, I mean, for what people will know, it is a wrap.
Yes.
It is long, narrow, asymmetric triangle.
Yes.
We are recommending variegated yarn and 2 tonal solids that go with the variegated yarn.
And these are the
And
colors that I used for mine. I'll show you. Do
and
you
I
have
don't
yours
have
handy?
mine. No, I don't.
Okay.
They're back in my drawer, my stash drawer. And I will go as far to say, because people have messaged me on Ravelry and they have messaged me on Instagram, if you want even a little better hint, we are recommending color A be the variegated yarn. So that will help get you started. And those are all Lolo did it. Very beautiful. Look how much. Okay, so Debbie obviously knit the mystery knit along already, and look how much she's got left. Look how much she has left. So
You really need very little of color 3. Only
Mhm.
92 yards is what I used. I'd say if you
Right.
have 100 to 110 yards, you probably have plenty
Plenty.
for color
Yes.
3. Color 2,
Yep.
I used, what was it, Amy, about 180 yards?
185, 82 yards, and I put I think 185 is in the pattern.
Yeah, so if you have
or the material
200
page.
yards of another color, that's fine, which is about half of a skein, right? Half of a
Yeah.
400-yard skein, about half.
Yeah.
And then color A was, I don't remember, Amy. Do you remember? It was almost 300? Not quite, maybe.
No.
280, 250.
I think it was 250, about
250.
242 it was, and I think we said 250 or
Okay.
248, something like that.
I got my skeins tangled up here, but I have a knot at the end. Sorry. I know this is very interesting television.
Yeah, so it's
going
to be really, really fun.
I know, and this is zombies. This is blue tourmaline, and this is coal miner's daughter. So those were the colors
and that's all Lolo did it.
All Lolo
Yep.
did it in her MCN.
And I used fairy pools for my variegated, and then I used tea on the green, which is a beautiful light green, and then I used blue suede shoes, which is this beautiful bluish purple color, which you are starting some socks.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good segue. Let's move into sock talk, even though it's not ours.
Works in progress.
Okay.
You want
Yes.
works in progress?
Sure.
Okay. Well, let's do finished objects first, because I know you have finished socks and I have finished socks.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about that.
Okay. You want to go first? You want me to go?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I think the last podcast I had, 2 podcasts ago, I may have had one of these completed. Now I have both of them done. These are my Legacy Fiber Arts Winnie Sanderson colorway and
So cute.
Vanilla Latte pattern.
I love that little stripe now down by the toe, Debbie.
Yeah.
Really cute.
And then I put a little pop of color, same color up at the top.
How wide is your cuff? I mean, how long do you knit your cuff?
This one.
Do you count the rows, or do you just eye it as far as inches goes?
Well, this one I usually just do between an inch to an inch and a half. Usually, sometimes longer if the pattern calls for a longer cuff. I don't know how many rows it is. I think it's probably about 20 rows or something.
Okay. It looks nice.
Like I said, Vanilla Latte pattern, which is free on Ravelry. I did the Eye of Partridge and the Dutch heel turn. And I used a 2.25 needle, and I just did a regular toe decrease and Kitchener at the toe. I did these top down. And I
Two at
did
a
them
time?
one at a time. No.
Ah,
So I'm pretty
okay.
sure that they don't match exactly, but they're close. I didn't really take very good notes, but I had this one when I was knitting this one, and I tried to just count and match them up. But they were
How
pretty close.
how did you I mean, Debbie, you very, very rarely knit one sock at a time. You usually do
Two at a
two
time.
at a time, magic loop,
Yeah.
usually toe up. How did it feel like it moved quickly, or were you regretting and saying, "Oh God, now I got to do a second sock"? I mean, how did that go for
I
you? Because that was kind of different.
Yeah, I kind of got a little bit of second sock syndrome, but I took the second sock with me to Vegas, so it was really the only sock
Yeah.
I
Oh,
had
oh,
to knit,
yeah,
and it was the
yeah,
kind of mindless knitting, so it went
yeah,
pretty fast because I had some time to knit on it. But I could
yeah,
totally see how people just put one aside and then don't get back to it because they've already knit the color, they
yeah,
already experienced the yarn, and
yeah. The
so
pattern.
I really prefer to do mine two at a time because then I
Yeah.
know, me, I'm engineer. I have to have them all, they match exactly. And you can see a little bit on this one that I don't know if you can tell. The toe on this one beyond the stripe is a little bit
Is a
longer.
little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that worked out and why it turned out that way, but oh well. Who cares?
Hopefully you won't have a hammer toe because the one sock is a little shorter.
No. Oh, I'm
Okay,
not
so
looking down at them, so it won't bother.
I don't remember I don't remember if when we did our last podcast if my serendipity if I had finished.
I think you did. Oh, you got both of them now. Oh my gosh, Amy, you do them one at a time.
I do one at a time on 9-inch circs,
And
you guys.
how do you get them to match exactly? Do you write notes as you go?
I already have the one that I can look at and count rows and compare because it's already done. And I don't take any time. I mean, I just work on. At the beginning, I would have two different ones going, and I work on one, and then I work maybe on another one. But now I just only have one, so when I get done, I just cast on the other. This was my 3x1 rib that I tried for the first time.
Right.
So once I started showing these socks, everybody, well, I posted, is anybody interested in a 9-inch circ sock recipe pattern? Of course, I had an overwhelming response to that. Everyone's like, yes, yes, please, I'm interested, please. Yes, there's not many out there. Yes, I'd like to see how you do it and how does that heel work. And so I'm in the process of writing up right now it's going to be called 9-inch circs sock recipe. And basically, you guys, I don't profess to be a sock knitter, an avid sock knitter, even though that's what all I've been wanting to do lately. But this is basically the recipe for that will fit average sized woman's foot. I'm going to say about from 6.5 to 8.5 U.S. shoe size. And that's it. If you want a smaller one or a larger one, you have to figure it out yourself.
Well,
But
what
that's
size do
okay.
you wear?
I wear about an 8.5 to 9. But when my stepdaughter was here, she wears a size 6, and it fit her. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. I guess mine's more snug, and I
Yeah.
like that. And it
Yeah.
wasn't as snug on her, but the length. I mean, so if you and let me just put this disclaimer in for this pattern. If you are a brand new sock knitter and have never knit a sock,
It's not
want
for
to
you.
try 9-inch circulars, don't try it. I mean, you can, but it's basically a top-down construction. I talk about the cuff, I talk about the leg, I do the eye of partridge heel with a Dutch turn, which I do for all my socks, and toe decreases on magic loop and Kitchener close. But and any of those things you can YouTube, but if you've knit, a few pairs of socks in different methods and want to try 9-inch circs, a little bit about sock construction, this is a perfect pattern for you guys. So in saying that, I'm going to have actually 2 sock patterns in this one pattern because the basic construction is the same. It's just a little different with the cuff and the pattern. So let me show you the other. Let
Amy,
me just make sure.
before
Yes.
we go much further, I think you might want to push the camera away from you a little bit and angle it down. I think you're a little bit.
Are you looking up my nose?
No, but you're a little too close,
Don't
I
look up my
think.
nose.
I don't know.
Okay, hang on a minute.
Compared to my distance, I'm looking at where it's recording.
I show my cleavage in my neck.
That's better. Now you're more centered and you're closer to the same.
Okay, now that I'm not in your face kind of thing. Is that what you're going to say? I was in your face? Okay, so here's the other. Okay, so let me just say, this is Serendipity Hedgehog. This is Sweet Sparrow Yarns Opal Sparkle. Okay, so here's the other sock and the pattern that will also be included in my 9-inch circ sock pattern.
That's cute.
The orange is September Forest by Baron Vula. And this actually isn't cream. It's a very pale green. It's called Ocean Mist by Yarn Cafe Creations.
I love that colorway. It's got little specks of colors in it too, right?
Yes. And so like yesterday, I had to cast on. And okay, so let me show you. Here. I have this much left. Yikes, yarn chicken!
That's not going to get you through the sock.
No, it's not. So this is what I decided to, and here's Ocean Mist. Can you see how it's kind of a pale green, minty green? Oh, I love it. So what I'm going to do is for this sock, to save my orange, I'm starting the cuff with the green. So it'll just be opposite. And then I'll do the toe in the green. So really the only orange I'm going to need primarily is just in the pattern. Hopefully I won't have to get out my yellow yarn, so it'll be half orange and half yellow. Do you think I'll have enough? You don't think I'll have enough even for that?
How many grams is that? That looks like that's about 10 grams.
Feel it. Yeah, feel it. Here, I'll pass it to you. Like the commercial with the yogurt or something, the kids on the thing, or the nuts, and they jump in. Here, okay, get a ball. Here, I'm going to throw it to you.
Okay. Oh.
Did you? Okay, so I don't know what's going to happen. What should I do, Debbie? Should I just keep knitting, and when I start the pattern, find something that's similar? I mean, the cuff's going to be up on my leg. And, honestly, I was thinking about just making this one with this beautiful green and stripe it with purple. I mean, I'm just like that. I don't have to have things matching. I like unmatchy-matchy. And it's, you go into a patient's house, you sit down, and I usually have my pants and my clogs so you can see the back, and someone would say, you have two different socks on. Well, let's talk about socks. And that will be the biggest regret that they will have for that day, listening to me rant and rave about my wonderful hand-knit socks. And no, you can't have any knit by me either. So,
and they won't ever ask you
even bring that up
again. They won't ever ask you a question again.
No, they probably won't. Not even about physical therapy. Okay, so anyway, I'm just going to play it as it goes.
Okay.
Maybe I'll run out. But I'm risky like that. I don't mind being risky.
How many stitches do you have on your needle? What size needle are you using?
My 9-inch circs they're US 2, which is a little bigger than most people usually knit, but I use 60 stitches and it's just soft enough. It's not a tight fabric that you could run through a hot fire with, but they're very comfortable. And I go through all the details in the pattern. And, if you want the pattern, then you can get it. And I'll make sure I post on Instagram when it's up and ready. Okay. On Ravelry. Okay. And that's all I have. Okay. That's all I did this week.
Okay. So I have a couple things that I can show. And I will just tell you, before I talk about my work in progress, that dinner with Lauren was so much fun. That was like the highlight of the trip in Vegas. And I messaged
her. I said, please give
me a hug. She did. She gave me a hug.
I said, please give Debbie a hug.
And I'm just so impressed with her because she is about the hardest working maker I think I've ever met.
Yeah.
She works 7 days a week, probably 15, 18 hours a day. I mean, she works from the moment she gets up to the moment she goes to bed. She and her husband both. They're both working on the business. He's helping her dyeing some of the... Oh, hi, Sky. some of the tonal yarns,
Uh-huh.
and she's just such a good business person. I mean, she's so responsive. She makes time out of her day to respond to her, Instagram account, answer questions from her Etsy account, and she's just really connected with her
Yeah.
audience. And I think that's such a
Yeah.
wonderful marketing. But it's not just a
Yeah.
marketing scheme. It's like who she is. She enjoys that so much. It's
She
such
is.
a part
Yeah.
of her business. She just
Yeah.
really enjoys, and she knows how important
Yeah.
it is to be connected to the people that are buying her product.
Sky.
And she's just really engaged.
Yeah.
And I was really impressed with that because
Yeah.
she's not, I mean, she's not super, super young, but she's not our age. It's not like
Ooh.
she's,
Oh, she's not
she's
old
just
like
really, she's just really smart. She's really smart.
Yeah.
And I was just really impressed by her. So Lauren, if you're watching,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
I wish there was a way. No, I don't want any of that. I wish there was a way that when you commented back to people on Instagram, that you could like hit a button and then hit all the people that commented on what you posted and say thank you or whatever. But having to type, I mean, I'm the laziest person when it comes to that. I mean, Lauren's got over 7,000 followers on
I know.
Instagram. She replies back when
To
people
every
comment
single,
on her
I know.
posts. I mean, she must spend 3 hours of the day just responding to
Yeah.
people and messaging people, and
Yeah. I mean,
it's a lot to do.
she's very committed. She's very committed to her,
Yeah.
to her,
Yes, she is.
I don't know what you call that, her customers. I mean, she's just very committed to her customers, and that kind of personal
Yeah.
attention really
Yes.
shows, and it makes a difference because,
Yeah.
I'll be a
Yeah.
loyal customer. I will buy from her, and I know that Jody and Tracy feel the same way. It was funny because Jody
Yeah.
was so
Yeah.
interested and just the conversation. It wasn't really about knitting specific. It was about business and, the choices that you make and how you manage your time and all of those things. It was really a very fun and interesting dinner. We had a good time.
Yeah.
So when she
That's good.
she came bearing gifts, of course. And Lauren, thank you so much. I was not exactly sure if we were going to be able to connect with her, so I didn't have a chance to put a little package together for her, but I'm going to send her something. But
Shame
she
on
gave
you.
me, Shame on me. I know. Well, it was a little
Shame
bit
on you.
crazy. It was a little crazy before I had to go. So, but she gave me a skein of her sock yarn. This is her everyday sock, and this is the colorway. Look at the flowers, Lizzie. And I'm telling you guys, I am in love with this colorway. I think it's my new favorite colorway.
Oh, Debbie. Oh my
It is so
gosh.
beautiful. Tracy got the same skein, and her skein's a little bit
Is it
different.
like a lavender base?
No,
Or is it?
the base is actually like a pale peachy pink, and it has flecks of all these gorgeous purple and pink and green
Oh
and
my gosh, it's
gold.
so pretty.
Look at how pretty that is, you guys. Is it focusing
Yeah.
good? But look at how
Yes, my
pretty
connection.
they are.
I know they're beautiful. My connection is not great. I'm sure, I mean, you're doing the recording. I'm sure it's going to be okay, but the video goes out every now and then, just as you were talking. But so if I ask stupid questions like I'm not part of this FaceTime video, it's because I couldn't see it.
I don't know
But
why.
it is beautiful. And you know what? I don't know because we both have really good speed, so we just keep going. So if I shake my head and go inappropriately, it's because you went out for a second. So I'm sorry.
Okay, it's
Yes,
okay.
I can see them now. That's very beautiful. But that is
This is
that's
blue
blue
suede
suede shoes
shoes.
at the bottom,
Yeah,
isn't it?
the bottom.
How appropriate the blue suede shoes are the toes. I love that.
I know, and I'm
Like
going
the
to put
toes
them
of
in.
the
I'm going to
shoes.
put them in. I haven't decided if I'm going to put them in the heels and cuffs or just the cuffs. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
There's people that have knit so many vanilla socks and they love them so much and they're afraid to branch out. You guys, I cannot bring myself to knit a vanilla sock.
Well, I'm
I
going to
just
do the
cannot knit
foot.
round and round and round.
I'm going to do the
I
foot
just can't. I
vanilla.
have to add a stripe. I have to do something with it.
I'm going to do the foot vanilla, and then I'm going to do the cuff. I think not Hermione, Blueberry Waffle. But I really just wanted to knit with this colorway
Oh.
solid for a while.
And see how beautiful it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye, Luke. Luke's going to practice. And just
Bye,
see
Ghastly Luke. He didn't say hello to his aunt.
No, not this time.
He always says hello to his aunt.
Oh, now he's got to come in and say hello. Come in and say hello to your aunt.
I knew it.
Hello, Amy.
How you like my haircut? You like my haircut?
Yeah, doesn't look any different to me.
It's
Cute.
shorter. It's shorter.
Can't tell the difference.
Can you see her hair?
He's asking.
I saw
if he
it,
saw
yes.
her, yeah. So.
Love you, Luke.
So I wanted to see how we knit up.
Okay, so that's
straight.
so that's what you're working on now.
Yes, and also my Rhinebeck sweater. You want to see my
sorry.
Rhinebeck sweater? My
Yes.
Rhinebeck sweater. Is the video going?
Yes, your Rhinebeck sweater. I'm afraid I'm going to be a fail on this, Debbie.
Why?
I don't know. I don't have my knitting mojo for my Rhinebeck sweater.
So
maybe I'll make it a Rhinebeck vest and just not knit sleeves.
This is how far I got. I knit several rows since the last podcast. A couple repeats. I did.
Did you get to the point where you? Yeah.
Did I get to the point to where?
Did you? To where then you start like the left front and the right front?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I have about 2 more diamonds to do, and then I'll be able to separate. I'm just gonna knit, and if it's not done, it's not done. But I'm gonna keep going. But I wanted to show a picture of it because I think it's so beautiful.
Oh yeah, we never even said what it was. It's Que Sera on Ravelry. It's a free pattern. Yeah.
That's the front, and then this is the back.
Hold it still because then it has to focus.
Okay.
Unless it's just my camera doing stupid things. Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful pattern. And it's going to be a pretty sweater.
It's worsted weight,
so it
goes pretty fast because it's worsted weight.
I know.
You're just addicted to soft knitting.
This is what I need to do. I need to hurry up and get to the point where I'm doing sleeves, because then I'll just tell myself it's just like one big tube sock. And who can't do that? I can.
Maybe you do your sleeves stockinette. And you don't do the pattern on the sleeves, and you just have
Maybe I just make a vest and don't do sleeves at all. I could wear it under my cream vest because Sue's going to have her cream vest on, and then I can. If Mom could send me the extra sleeves that she knit on the one sweater, I can pull those up and tuck them underneath. I would look like a freaking bag lady that showed up at Rhinebeck.
You should stop doing the body.
I'll walk around like.
Stop doing
maybe work on the sleeves.
And just do the sleeves.
I think that might be a really good idea. I think maybe I need to do that. Somebody's going to think there's when they say what's it called? Knitting balm? Like when you knit balm a tree and you knit and they're going to say I'm a walking knit balm. Somebody just put one sleeve on this side, a different sleeve. I'm sure that's a tube sock that she cut out the toe out so she could put it up on her arm to keep her warm. That would be something that'd be something Wendy would do. She would put together a costume like that. I know she would.
Yeah.
And not think anything was wrong with it. Perfectly fine.
Okay, so what else? I think that's it. Those are my FOs and my whips, and we talked about the mystery knit-along, and I have some stuff from the mail.
Me too.
Is that what you were going to say?
I was going to say skeins in the closet, but I have more than just skeins. I have other little goodies that came in the mail that went to the closet, per se.
Okay. You want to go first?
Yes, I'll go first. Let me tell, and we have talked about Melissa, Nitty by Nature, so many times, but I'm telling you what, there's so many people that we have sort of adopted as our own sister, as another sister, and she is one of those people. I mean, I told her, I hope to God her business is not just doing this. I hope she's got another full-time job, because she's not going to make any money sending stuff to us over and over and over for free. And I'm thinking,
she sent you more stuff?
She sent me more stuff, but I went, see, she had a reason. Okay, are you okay? Can you still see me okay?
Yeah,
I'm using my son's I'm using my son's iPad, which is a little bit dangerous because his girlfriend just sent a message through Twitter that showed up at the top. Thank God it was G-rated because I would have to text them this moment. So anyway, that kind of came up on the screen and it threw me off. No, but I went over to Melissa's shop, Nitty by Nature, because I wanted to buy something for myself. And of course, she couldn't help herself and just send things that I bought. She had to put other things in there for me and for you because she is just that way. So let me show you the coolest little stitch markers that I bought.
Oh, Amy. Oh my gosh. Wait till you see what came in the mail for me. I mean, for
And
you.
look at these.
To me. Those are so cute. Oh
Really?
my gosh. Aren't they
Little
sweet?
birdies.
Yeah.
Okay,
Those
so
are progress.
not only yes, I know. Oh, they're progress keepers. That's right. But oh my gosh, they're so cute. And I always think of, well, Jody made a bag like this, and so did Chris Kelly. I don't know if she made a bag or something with. Oh, she had these. One of her students gave her these Russian nesting dolls. I forget what they're called.
Yeah.
And I was telling, this is months ago, but I told her to take probably the baby one is probably this big, no lie. I told her to stick it up her nose and sneeze when she was doing her periscope and say, "Oh my God, I was looking for this one." She said, "Only you would suggest something like that." But I thought that would be really funny. Okay, so anyway, back to Nitty by Nature, Melissa. Then she sent me these.
The peas in a pod. She showed those
The
on
peas in a pod. Yes, on her Instagram. And don't they look vintage because they're like color? And she sent also to you. Hold on, let me get it right. This is for me to send on to you. 2 little peas in a pod with this little other one.
her.
And
Oh.
she sent more.
Oh. Thank you, Melissa. Oh my gosh. Well, who are those for?
So I have enough here that I'm going to send one to Sue and Chelsea for part of their giveaway, and the grocery girls and Lolo did it. So people will have chances to win a little, but you can go over and buy them right now if you want to wait. And Debbie, wait until I show you these last 2 things. You're going to die. I mean, don't die. So she sent me some buttons to take to Rhinebeck.
She did.
It says, "What the felt?"
Those are cute.
And look what else she sent for us to give out at Rhinebeck. Close your eyes.
I know what it is. You don't even have to tell me. Cucumbers.
Open your eyes. Okay, so
Gosh, that's so
maybe like the first, let me see, 2, 4, 6, 8, maybe the first 8 people that come up to us at Rhinebeck and say, "Oh my God, I saw the cucumber. Do you have a cucumber pin?" If they actually ask for a cucumber pin, we'll know that they watch this podcast, and we'll pull them out of our pocket and say, "You get one of the cucumber pins."
Yay!
So, Melissa, thank you so much. I cannot gush about Melissa more. I just can't. It's Nitty by Nature. Please go over. She's got some of the most beautiful stitch markers and progress keepers and a variety of different things. They're just so great. So go over and visit her and give her some love.
She's another.
So what do you have?
Another maker that is so connected with her customers because she must have her
so generous.
And she must have her auto alerts on or something because every time I post or comment on one of her posts, she messages right back. She's so connected and she comments on all of our pictures. And so, Melissa, thank you very much. You're so sweet. She's not.
I usually have. I know. Maybe we can put her in our little suitcase and take her with us. We'll have all of her love and her sentiment.
Where is she located?
She is. I think she's in Okay, wait a minute. Let me think about this.
Is it on her card?
Is it Virginia? No.
No. She's somewhere here in the U.S.
I may be
though.
completely. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, time out. I've got the envelope. Duh. Beaver, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. She's from PA.
Beaver, Pennsylvania. We grew up in Pennsylvania. I don't know where Beaver is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's near rivers that have a lot of dams. Beaver dams. So show me something you got in the mail.
Is that all you have in the
No,
mail?
I've got one more thing.
Okay. So I got a couple things. I got some really sweet things from the grocery girls that I can show you from when we were in Vegas. And I wanted to show you this because you showed yours last time and I did not get to show mine because I was in Vegas and I hadn't brought it with me. But this is the yarn that you let me be the winner of when we went to the Yarn Cafe Creations website and pick out what we wanted.
Oh, yes.
And this is called Railcar.
Let you have it.
Yes, this is called Railcar. And this is such a bright color. I think this is going to be my next pair of socks after I finish my Lolo Did It socks. It's called Railcar.
Oh my gosh. This colorway, you guys. I love it so much. And it was really funny, Debbie. There was one comment last week that kind of scolded us. They said, "I'll tell you what, you are such enablers. I had to stop the podcast twice. Once to go over to Yarn Cafe Creations and buy yarn, and the second time in the middle of the podcast to go to Fido Designs and buy some yarn." She said, "Shame on you girls."
I saw that. It is so
I told
it is so soft. I can't believe how
I know her sock yarn is it feels like they all have cashmere. No lie. It is so incredibly soft.
75-25. And this yarn has dark brown, like an eggplanty kind of purple. It has a mint green, it has a forest green, it has orange, it has gold. Maybe not gold.
Like a rust.
Rust. It's just so gorgeous. Look at that, you guys. How can you not love that?
I told her when she dyes that again, I'm getting one or two skeins when she dyes that again. It's
beautiful.
I would never put some of those colors. I don't think I'd put turquoise and rust together, but look, almost kind of reminds me of the colorway that Mina Phillips did our Random Act of Color.
Yes.
It's just, and it's a perfect name for it, Railcar. Oh, I just love it. Love it.
So that's one thing. And then I got
if anybody goes over to her, hold on a minute. If anybody goes over to her shop and sees that there's in there, please private message me on Instagram, because I will pull over my car or step out of a patient's house to go and get a skein. Now, don't rub it in my face if you buy the last one.
Why don't you just message her?
Just let me know that there's some in her shop.
Ask her when she's going to dye that colorway again. Just message her. Maybe she'll.
I will.
Plan on doing that.
I'll just tell her next time she dyes up. Yeah, I'm going to tell her next time she dyes up, I need 2 of those skeins.
Yes.
I love them. I love it so much.
Do you remember her first name? Yep. I can't remember her first name. Is it also Melissa? Michelle?
It might be. I was looking at her card and her name is not on her. It's in Utah. She's in Utah. Oh, wait a minute.
She messaged us. Didn't she message us?
I keep forgetting that I have, like, my phone. I can look at my phone.
Yeah, look at
Hold on a minute. I'll look right now.
She was so sweet. She said, "I'd love
Christy. It's Christy.
That's right. Christy. Okay.
Christy.
Thanks, Christy. I love it. This is going to be my next cast on for my next
Thank you, Christy. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
She's another one that's very... And there's so many generous people in this world.
Yeah.
Why don't they work at my mortgage department and the light company? I could say, "It's okay, Amy. You've been so busy. Just skip this month mortgage."
And the water company.
And the water company.
When you have teenage boys, why do teenage boys have to take 20-minute showers? I'm telling you. I open up my door and say,
I know why, but we're not going to speak it. I know why, but we're not going to talk about it right now because this is a G-rated podcast. Thank you very much.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
I'm going to show my last.
I'm going to show something else. Okay, you show your last thing.
No, it's not my last thing. It's my last month of my Sock of the Month club with Bula.
Oh,
It's called Koi,
please
as in
show
koi
it.
pond. And I posted this on Instagram.
Oh, I bet you it's going to have some beautiful oranges. Oh, it doesn't. It's
Well,
blue.
it does. It has,
I thought koi was orange. Oh, it's got a pops of orange.
yeah.
Oh, Debbie, that's pretty.
And this
Is that
time she
Barrenpula?
she sent a little book,
Oh,
a little notebook.
oh,
And I wanted to show you
cute.
the 3 months that I got, because you probably don't remember what they all look like. But these are the
I
3 months.
don't. I forgot that you even were doing that club. Wow.
This one was called Beach Hut. This one was called
Right.
Summer Sizzle. And then this one's called Koi.
She has such an eye for color. Vicky does.
She really does.
And I've got to message her because mom wants some more of that bright neon anything.
I should give her some of the skein from Connie that Connie did for me. The bright orange. Oh, I can show that to you now that I'm back from Vegas. Remember how I tried to show it last time?
Oh yeah, because it was so
blown out.
Yeah, it was bleached out. Yeah.
That's
You have it?
I do have it. Let me go grab it. Hang on.
And Connie's yarn too, Debbie.
Yeah.
That you were going to match up with that bright highlighter. Were you going to make socks out of that? You started socks out of that?
No.
I forget.
This is also getting blown out. This is hedgehog.
Oh, that's right.
Popsicle.
It's popsicle, right?
Yeah. It's hard to see. I don't know why it's so.
My video stinks.
Oh, there we go.
That's better. Turn it on the side.
See how it's got
That's
that bright
pretty.
yellow?
I love that. Yes. Yes. That's going to be perfect.
And then this is.
After you going to do cuffs, heels, and toes with the highlighter to go with that?
Check that out.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
It may be a little while before
sunglasses.
It may be a while before I put those on the needles because I'm going to do Christy's yarn next, I think. After I finish that Lolo did it. So anyway, that's that. What do you have to show?
Remember when Sue was gushing over lamb strings yarn?
Yeah.
I didn't stop her podcast. I just remembered lamb strings yarn. I, of course, had to go over and buy more yarn. You guys, I have now closed one of the drawers of the bureau because I've stuffed so many skeins of yarn in it. Now I've started another one, which was supposed to be for my chunky, but now it's almost full, half up with fingering weight yarn. I've got to get Ronnie to build me some shelves so we can display it, and it's going to be like Christmas when I bring it all out. So Shanna is behind lamb strings yarn.
Ooh, pretty.
And okay, so like I've always said, I need some more solid colorways. I bought MCN, and it's called Cobblestone Way.
Oh, that's really pretty.
It's this beautiful tonal gray, almost to the point of having a stonewashed denim look to it.
Yeah, looks like it has a little bit of blue.
And I totally forgot. I know I had bought 2 skeins. I knew Cobblestone Way was one, and I totally forgot what the other one was. That's how bad. That's how crazy stupid. And this is 100% merino wool. It's called Annabelle Lee. Now, if you could sum up one color for me, what would it be?
Purple.
It would be this one.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful, Aim.
Isn't that incredible? And it's pretty true. Maybe it's a little bit darker overall just because there's the light is on it, but isn't that beautiful? And
Hold it
even if
back
I
away.
wanted to,
Hold it back away from the screen a little bit. Yeah. Oh, that's gorgeous. Looks like it's got forest green in it too.
oh yeah, it's got kind of these beautiful
Teal.
turquoise and greens and purples, teals. I mean, just Oh. If I could grow a beard, it would be this color with highlights of what my hair color is.
That would be a beautiful beard.
So anyway, so I do have some more things coming because I couldn't help myself. I got in touch with Grow over at Moods of Color, and she's in Sweden. She's a Sweden indie dyer, so I've got some things coming from her. And
You better get knitting. I told myself I wasn't going to buy any more yarn.
that may be the only. I know I don't.
I
What's wrong
told
with me? I was looking at a post this morning. I was looking at a post this morning of a girl, I forget who it was, and she said, so much for being on Yarn Diet. I've been really, really good this year until I walked in to the yarn store and look what jumped into my cart. And I said, that's fine. I'll meet you at rehab as soon as I get done this row and get off this Etsy shop from buying my cart of yarn. So, what's wrong with us?
I don't know.
Debbie, if we live to be 100 years old, we could not possibly, the two of us, knit everything in our stash.
That's why I have to stop buying. I'm going to stop buying until we get to Rhinebeck. I've got a couple different vendors that I want to definitely get from. Mustache Yarn, I think, is one of those. I may have to get a mug while I'm there from one of the pottery places.
Yes.
And
yes.
I don't know. That may be it. That may be it.
This is what I need to do. Every time I feel the need and the urge to buy some more yarn, I need to get up off my fat butt and I need to go into my stash and start writing down all of the stash that I have, the colorways and who they're from, so I can make sure I have not necessarily my grocery list, but my stash list. Because the yarns that you tend to lean towards, the colorways you tend to go to, you start digging out all your stuff. You say, okay, well, I have 16 skeins of a purpley green colorway. That would be like me, So maybe I just need to. I think that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Okay,
because we are buying at Rhinebeck.
I know. So I want to show a couple of the little gifts that the grocery girls gave me. They're so sweet and they were so generous.
Okay.
And I just wanted to show real fast. They gave me some of their snips that they got. They were sent these little scissors.
Oh my gosh, I know. They're so cute, aren't they? They got a whole bunch.
Gold ones with little flowers, Debbie. Little green ones, and look at these little pink ones that are shaped like hearts.
Aren't they
cute? Oh, all of a sudden we got a poor connection.
I know.
Message.
I've been getting those this whole time.
I don't
know. I'm wondering if we're going to have a storm today. Yeah.
Really?
That's why I said if I pause and just look like I'm not really there, it's because you're really not there at the moment. But you're here at the moment right now.
I wonder if I don't know. I'm going to check my speed again just to see how it looks. Mine is 20. So it must be, maybe it's on your end. Maybe you're going to have a storm. Okay, so I got those little snips. They also gave me these little buttons. I got little acorn buttons and sheepy buttons. They're mother of pearl.
Oh, those are cute.
And then
cute.
Tracy picked out a skein of Adam and Eve from River City Yarns. Look at this skein dress.
Oh my gosh, that's something that I would buy.
Look at that.
That's pretty, Debbie. Ooh.
It's got
socks? You thinking socks?
Ooh, no, I don't think so. It's MCN. I don't know. I guess you could make some really cozy MCN socks. Anyway, love this.
Yeah, why not?
It's so rich and jewel toned. I mean, it's like blue and purple, mostly purple and turquoise and blue. Look at that rich color.
I know. It's really pretty. I love it.
And then
love it.
Jody gave me one of her little mini bags. I think this is
so neat.
One of Lolo did its zombie colorways. I think.
Very cool.
Isn't that cute?
And I don't know why. Doesn't she say she knits up like 2 skeins of it for the swatch to take a picture. I don't know why she needs such a big swatch to take a picture to send off to the fabric maker.
Because you want the fabric print to be big enough so you can cut the fabric to the sizes that you want.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
Yeah, that's true.
They
That's true. She
they
cuts it
printed
down.
in, the panels. And she also gave me
Right.
one of these bags, which is one of her larger Skeins bags. Do you remember this print that she
Oh, wow, Debbie. Oh, that's nice. That's sweet of her.
So I thought that was very nice. They're so
That's very nice.
sweet,
Cute.
generous. And
They
then
are.
I also got a package in the mail from Dubai Mail. And she sent
You did.
she sent some stuff for you too. Do you want to see your stuff, or you want to be surprised?
Are they anything like your stuff?
Yes, they're a little bit like my stuff.
Well, since I want to be surprised, you're not allowed to show any of it. So there. I'm only kidding. No, show it. Show it. Show it. That's fine.
Okay, she sent me a cute card with a camel.
Oh, cute.
And she sent me these two gorgeous skeins.
Oh, wow. So pretty.
This says,
Ooh,
I
Debbie,
knit
look at
or
that one.
die.
Looks like
This
blue
is
jeans.
by Dubai Knits. Beautiful blue.
Oh,
She sent me a lot of little things that I don't need to show, but she sent me these little journals. Aren't they cute?
oh, they are.
They have little metallic printing on the outside. And she sent me a bag of minis from her projects.
Oh, cute.
And of course, she has them all labeled.
She's so sweet.
She had them all labeled. And then
She's so meticulous.
I know, and she wrapped everything so pretty.
She
Look
must
at
be
this
an engineer.
bag. It's beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Little sock bag with little
It's like
all over it.
It's like a blue goodie bag. Everything's
Yes.
blue in that bag.
Look, blue
That was
polka
sweet.
dots. And this, I don't know if she made this. I wonder if she made this, because there's no tag on it, as if it was made by somebody else. I didn't know that. She's quite the seamstress.
She did make it.
I'm gonna have to message her. And then there's
Did you not look
pockets
inside?
Look, there's pockets.
Ooh.
Ooh, this is gonna be one of my sock bags.
She must have made that.
She must have made this. And this is what she sent for you. Oh, and you know what else was in there? She sent me
What?
Knit Pro Zings. You can't get them in the U.S. 2.25 sock needles. Where are
Wow.
they? What did I do with them? I think they're downstairs. But anyway, they're very cool. And then she sent this for you.
Let me see. Oh my gosh, I get a bag to match my cute little Russian nesting dolls.
She also sent,
oh my God.
These are Haya Sharp 9-inch circulars, 2.25 millimeter, US size ones.
Oh my gosh. That was so sweet of her.
I know.
Now I'm gonna have to switch up I'm gonna have to switch up my count, but that's okay. I'll figure it out.
Well, for yarn that's
skinnier,
you know what I mean? Do you want me to open this and check the inside, or you just want to leave it packaged up?
Yeah, you can open it if you doesn't. I don't care, Debbie. Whatever you want. Oh my gosh, look how cute that is.
And then
I like tall bags like that.
Got pockets in it too.
Oh, I'm sure she made that, didn't she? Oh, thank you, Mel. Oh, it's
Perfect
a drawstring.
It's a drawstring.
Oh, love it.
So sweet.
Perfect sock bag.
And then there's your
perfect sock bag.
She said, I bought these
Ooh,
to try
cool.
out again, but really don't like them. I know Amy does, so I am passing them on to a good home. So she's passing those on to you. She's like me. She doesn't like the 9-inch Cirques, and I have another pair of 9-inch Cirques that I have that I'm going to forward to you too. So you'll have a couple different pairs,
Okay.
a couple different sizes.
I've never used metal ones. I've always used Xiaogu, and those are like wood or bamboo, whatever they are.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. Boy, if I can knit one sock in less than 2 days with that, can you imagine on metal ones? I make it.
You're going to be zipping.
As fast
And
as
then
Nina.
look at these funky little shoe decorations she sent me from India.
Oh my god, how cute!
I have 2 of those.
Those are cute, Debbie.
So I'll send one of
Oh,
those to you. You can put it on your shelf.
how sweet.
And then I
She's
also
a
have
sweet
this
girl.
skein.
More.
This is 100%
Wow.
superwash.
Oh
This
my
is
gosh.
gold. It's like a rusty gold, a purple, and a
Are
pink.
you sure it didn't say this one's for Amy?
Well, I was going to pop this in your bag and send this one to you because I know you like these colors. Okay?
Love it. Love it. Love it.
So I think that's all
Okay,
I have.
thank
My
you, thank
goodness.
you.
It's been a long episode.
Well, and of course, whenever we say we don't have much and we're not going to talk much, we lie to people from the very beginning. They will not watch us again knowing that we lie so much. So we're going to have the whole crew over for dinner. Ronnie and I are going to attempt to make our first pork tenderloin wrapped in bacon.
Wow.
We're cooking that pretty soon.
That's
I'm going to take Sky over so we can get pedicures since I'm leaving for the beach on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this will be the last family dinner before Jared leaves for basic training on September 6th. So I will see him at Levi's football game this Friday, and I will say my goodbyes because we're leaving for the beach, and that may sound like I'm a horrible mother, not going to go to the bus station, but my nerves and my emotions can't take that. So I'm just going to say, have a great time. I know you're going to love it. I'll see you when I smell you, and give him a big hug. So
He'll do great.
I'm going to miss him,
Great.
but that's okay.
Will he have a cell phone? Could you talk to him and stuff, or no?
No, they're not allowed to bring cell phones, iPads, no electronics, no laptops, no watches, nothing.
How
They
long?
get one phone call 14 weeks.
No, 14 weeks?
Yes, they get one phone call when they get there saying that they arrived safely. And so there's a running joke that Jared's not allowed to call his father because I will feel dissed, and he can't call me because then his father will feel dissed. So I think he's going to call his grandparents and then let them each call us and tell us that he got there okay. But no, as their little company, as their little soldier guys do well, then they earn phone calls. They earn the right to use the computer to send emails. And
wow.
So I'll find out his address and I'll send him mail. Of course, it can't be on any pretty stationery because then I'll have to do 100 extra push-ups for getting a girly letter or something. So I don't want to cause him any more trouble. So I'll just write him a very sterile letter. He's going to do fine. He's going to love it. So once he gets back in January, then he'll start college, and they're growing up.
Oh my gosh.
We're getting more wrinkles. What's that about?
I know.
James
has to work on his essays for college applications and trying to put out there for some, grants or, I don't know, scholarships that we can find. So it's pretty exciting.
Keep at it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we won't be podcasting next week because I will be at the beach.
Right.
Missing my son in pina coladas. No, I don't drink pina coladas. So it'll be one last little summer hurrah.
Take your box.
So maybe it'll be in a couple weeks. Right. That's right. My box of wine and my Cheez-Its. Okay, we got to tell the Cheez-It story really fast because we told the story on Dad last. So we got to tell a story on Mom this time. It was Mom's 65th birthday celebration or something. Maybe it was her 60th birthday. So Dad decided to drive up the coast there in California with Debbie to the Four Seasons Hotel and take Mom on this swanky vacation for a few days over a long weekend for her birthday.
Yeah.
So what does Debbie and I do? Debbie and I crashed their party. It was well, Dad knew about it. Dad's cool with surprises. Mother is not cool with surprises. Do not surprise my mother. I mean, if you're going to come to her funeral, you better send her an RSVP.
Yes.
All right, before she dies, saying, "Hey, by the way, I'll be at your funeral. Don't be surprised. I'm going to show up."
Yeah.
So anyway, so Debbie and I, well, I came by myself. I flew. Debbie picked me up. We drove up, but Debbie's family went too. So Dad knew we were there. Dad knew we're going to come in right when you sit down. So Mom gets back from the buffet or whatever at this swank hotel, Four Seasons on like the water right on the coast. And who shows up but this whole crew of Yankees, Debbie's whole family and me. And Mom was like, okay. And we were like, surprise. I came from Georgia, surprise. And she's like,
Oh.
yes. So nice to see you. I'm looking over at Dad going, what's going on? So then we went upstairs.
She had a mental picture in her mind of what the weekend was going to be like.
Yes.
And as soon as we showed up, that whole mental picture had to kind of readjust itself. And I think it
crashed down.
Yes. I think
it just kind of crashed down. It was like your TV in the old days when it get static, shh, and this big thing says, "Pardon for the interruption. Don't know how long the interruption will last, but deal with it." Yeah, that was when we showed up.
I think we only
so then
stayed
after
for
dinner,
right? We just went to dinner.
We stayed for dinner, but we went up to her room because it was like facing out on the ocean. It was gorgeous. We had to see the Four Seasons. I mean, it's not like we stayed overnight. Like, who would do that? And who would read stories to your parents that weren't appropriate? Other than me, but everybody else wouldn't. So we knew we were not going to stay overnight. But anyway, we get up there. As soon as I walk through the door, right there on the counter is a box of Cheez-Its. And I'm like, seriously, box of Cheez-Its? Did you guys order these from downstairs? My mother says no. You know, I like to have a drink at happy hour and a little bowl of Cheez-Its, so I brought my own. I said, this is the only woman in the world that goes to the Four Seasons Hotel
and carries Cheez-Its
like the Beverly Hillbillies and brings her own box of Cheez-Its.
Well, do you remember
anyway,
when we
that
went?
Was just
do you
funny.
remember when we went to the Grand Floridian for vacation?
Yes.
In Florida.
Yes.
One of the nicest places, and we walk in there with
$300 a night a room
with our brown grocery bags,
paper grocery bags
with Cheez-Its
with our clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our clothes because we didn't own luggage. And probably the whole reason we were able to stay there is because Mother didn't go buy Samsonite and the high dollar luggage. You just pack stuff in grocery bags and garbage bags, and we'll just carry it in over our shoulder. But and Mother and her little flip phone. This is the whole reason why they can live the way they can, because they have prioritized in their life the things that are important and the things that are not important. And looking back, they probably say, we really didn't need 3 children. We probably should have stopped before we even had the first one. But too late now, Mom and Dad.
Well, I'm really glad they had the third child. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
I'm really glad they really tried. I'm glad they tried for the boy and never got it. Or else you wouldn't be here. I think you were a mistake, because nobody in their right mind would have a child after the hell I put them through, and as sick as I was, they just must have been cuckoo. They're a little bit cuckoo.
Well, I was
So anyway, so we will podcast again. We'll podcast again in a couple weeks. And remember, First Clue of the 3 Pips, Mystery Knitalong, comes out this Saturday, and every Saturday after that for 3 weeks in a row. So get on the ball, get your yarn, get your pattern, and be ready. And get those needles up, as Sue and Chelsea say.
And post on Instagram when we'll use the 3 Pips MKAL hashtag. So once it gets started, we want to see
hashtag.
We want to see them. It's going to be fun. All right.
Put up those spoilers so all those people who didn't get on the ball like you guys can be like, oh man, see, that'll teach them. That'll teach them to procrastinate.
That's right.
Right.
They don't have to dig through their steps.
Okay, so that's right. Because Lauren will be like, it's too late to send you anything now. You should have done it a month ago when we were talking about it. All right, so I guess if you can't be kind,
be quiet. Thanks so much for joining us, you guys. Bye.
Good seeing you. Bye. Love you.
Mwah. Love you, Abe. Bye.
No? Yes. Okay.
Hi, everybody. Well, Nana and Pop-Pop came down for a quick visit this afternoon, so while they were here, I figured we would have Nana come on and show a little bit of what she's been knitting lately. So why don't you tell us what you got?
Well, hi everybody. I'm the knitting Nana that you hear so much about, unfortunately. A friend gave me some old magazines, and I was going through one of the summer issues because living in San Diego, it's nice to have patterns that are lightweight and summery because we don't have so much cold winter weather. And I came across a whole patriotic section on hats and scarves and sweaters, and I found these patriotic flag socks, and I just thought they were so terrific. I said, oh, we knit socks, I know how to do that.
And it was just a picture, though. It wasn't a pattern.
It was just a picture, it wasn't a pattern. So I used one of my regular sock patterns and just followed the colors. And when I got to the blue band with the little stars, I decided just to go back and forth and leave a little, there's a little seam opening because I didn't want it to get too tight. And it worked out good. I had just like 5 little strands of white yarn hanging down. So
it ended up being like intarsia.
Ended up being just very easy to do. And I think they're coming out really cute.
They're really cute.
I don't know where I'm going to go on the 4th of July or on Memorial Day barefoot, but I just thought they were so cute, so I had to make them. So I used Lang's J-Wall or Jawal, however they say it. It comes in really nice solid colors, and they're really color fast, so that's good. And it also comes with this little spool inside of reinforcing yarn and twine so you can do the heel and toe. Of course, I take that out.
Is that the same color as the yarn?
It's the same color, dyed at the same dye lot. I took it out because I pull my yarn from the inside, and then I put the little spools in a safe place, and then when I get to the heel and toe, I forget that I have those. So these
sometimes they don't get reinforced.
They don't get reinforced, but this holds up pretty good, and you don't wear them very often.
Yeah.
So it works out.
Especially something red, white, and blue.
Yeah. So
Flag socks.
It works out really great.
So tell them what your normal sock recipe is, what size needles you use, and what
I use
number.
a size 2 needle. I cast on 60 stitches. I do...
Really?
Yes.
That's so funny because that's exactly what Amy said her sock recipe is too. Size 2 needles and I use a size 1. I use a 2.25 millimeter.
Yeah, I knit 2, purl 2, because I have strange legs. It's like really skinny down here and wider up here. And the same with my instep. I continue the top in the rib so that it will stretch out where it needs to be, but not get too baggy on my foot. And I use a regular stockinette stitch on the sole. So this was one of those afterthought heel. And it took me a while to figure it out. I went on now, what do you call it, online on
YouTube?
YouTube, yeah, YouTube. And I wish I knew her name because she was the sweetest Southern girl, and with her heavy accent, she said, now you're just going to pick up the right leg of each stitch all the way across for 30 stitches. Now, by the time I do all this, y'all probably gonna fall asleep or turn me off. But she
just recorded the whole time she was picking them up.
She made it, yes,
so
the
funny.
whole time, and it made it a very clear. So you have this needle in one row, and you have another needle on the next row up. Skip a row, and then in the middle you clip apart,
and then you peel it,
and then you
pick them out.
Pick them out, and you leave 2 stitches together at the end so that when you pull it and end it, it makes a really tight corner.
And you just, do you start decreasing right away, or do you knit a few rows and then decrease?
I usually work about 3 rows in plain knit, and then I start the decrease. And it's a heel that fits me, and it comes out very nice. So they're my little flag socks. So
they're awesome. Great.
Came down to show you.
And we didn't remember, but you had a little visitor this morning.
I had a visitor this morning. I had to say hi to Sky. Hi, Sky. Well, hi, Amy, too. Okay, it was so good to see you, and you're just growing up so fast, and you live way too far away.
Yes.
But it was really good to see you and say hi to you. So,
And then this sweater was from a cone of lace weight yarn that Amy and I picked up when we went to Webb's when we went on our Boston Sisters trip. And this is I think it's an alpaca. It may be 100% alpaca or an alpaca.
I think it's an alpaca blend.
Wool
Yeah.
and alpaca.
Right.
It's beautiful, Mom.
And it was done, I think, on a 4 or a 5 needle, and the pattern is from British lady. And what did we say it was called? It's called Camelot.
Camelot.
The Camelot cardigan, and it's in
It's in Ravelry.
in Ravelry.
Uh-huh.
In Ravelry, and you really need something lightweight, that you can just put on. Our sanctuary has recently become air conditioned,
Oh.
so I can go to church just with a short sleeve tee on, but once I sit down, then it gets a little chilly.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have something so lightweight like this.
Perfect color too. It's really very versatile.
Very versatile. And I've made a white one, and I eliminated this, and I just made diamonds all the way up. Diamond Camelot cardigan.
Okay.
That's the full name, Diamond Camelot cardigan. I changed, it had long diamond at the end of the sleeve and the bottom, and it was a little too
Really.
frou-frou-y for me, so I just do this simple picot edge. I'm sure you all know how to do that. You just knit 6 or 7 rows, then you knit 2, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, and then you knit and purl a couple more rows, and in the end you fold it up and hem it, and it makes a nice top and
You did that on the bottom edge
and the
as well?
bottom edge too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty.
So comes out looking
Very
pretty
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
And when everybody says, "Did you knit that?"
You say, of course I
I
did.
say, if it's knitted most of the time, I made it. I do have a great flag sweater that is knitted, which I don't wear because everybody wants the pattern, and that's the one sweater I have that I didn't knit. So I can't say I made it, because then they say, "Oh, will you give me the pattern for that?" And I go, "No, okay."
So you only wear that when you're going to be around people that you don't know.
Right.
Because they won't come up to you and say, "Oh, can I have that
So I
pattern?"
cannot tell a lie.
Say, I didn't really knit this one.
And the girls are really great, and I love them
Uh-oh, here we go.
so much. But an old kindergarten teacher said to me once, "If you believe only half of what your children tell you about me, I will only believe half of what they tell me about you." So that worked out pretty well.
We don't lie on the podcast.
No, I'm
everybody
sure-
knows
I'm sure
that. We
everybody
don't tell lies.
Absolutely
but
the
at
truth.
least we do our best not to tell any lies. Now,
Yeah.
why aren't you using a signature here? What happened? Did you lose one?
No, I have one, but I left I don't know where they're in
In
one
different
of those
bag?
needle holders.
Oh,
Yes,
somewhere.
They're in somewhere. So anyway,
Okay, well, thank you so much, Mom,
Well,
for coming on.
thank you
It's
very
fun.
much for letting me visit. Have fun, everybody. Happy knitting.
Bye.